Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is August 22nd, 2024 and Barcelona have officially a new sponsor. Also, the club are considering offloading Hector during this summer transfer market. And finally, Barcelona are currently in contact with a new fullback. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the goal kit, skip back, or fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the bet us. All links are down below in the description. Now I begin this video with good news because Barcelona have officially announced their newest sponsor, and it's no other than HMD. Now, HMD stands for Human Mobile Devices. It's a Finnish company that makes cell phones under the brand of Nokia, which I'm sure many of you have heard of it. My first cell phone was a Nokia. Those things were absolutely indestructible. But Barcelona announcing this great news that they have struck a new sponsorship with HMD after their previous sponsorship deal with a cell phone maker, Oppo, had expired in 2022. So this is definitely great news for the club because the board of directors continue to generate new sources of income, and this is another new sponsorship. The last time I counted, I think it was 28 new sponsors. I think with this one and the oil one, the Korean company that I announced a couple of weeks ago, that makes it 30, maybe more, but at least 30 new sponsors that have been brought to the club under this new board of directors, which of course is part of the efforts to increase the revenues of the club in order to put the club back in financial health. Anyways, more news because it's reported that Barcelona are not ruling out sending Hector out on loan during this summer transfer market. Now it seems that Hector is not fully convincing Hansi Flick. It looks like Flick believes that Hector, yes, is a very talented player who has a lot of potential. However, the German coach believes that Ford still needs some more experience. He sees him as still needed more minutes, more time to develop, more growth. He still believes that he is lacking a lot of experience, and Flick believes that Hector is not ready yet to compete on the first team. And given that Ford has outgrown Barca Athletic, and since he most likely is not going to be getting minutes on the first team, but he also not going to be getting minutes with Barca Athletic because he's kind of outgrown Barca Athletic, Barcelona are now considering sending him out on loan. Now, Hector is of course a future bet of the club. He's an academy player. He's just recently renewed his contract with Barcelona. So Barcelona are not looking to get rid of him on a permanent basis. So this will be a simple loan, no option or obligations to buy. This is simply just so Hector can go get more experience, continue growing, developing, and then come back next summer ready to take on a first team role. Now this is of course is a consideration as of now. Barcelona have not made up their final mind. This is not final. It's not for sure Hector is going on loan. This is just something that Barcelona are considering at the moment. And again, it would just be a loan. This would not be anything permanent because Barcelona count on Hector. He's a future bet, but they do want him to get more minutes so he can continue growing and developing. Now, speaking of fullback, it's reported that Barcelona are currently in negotiations to sign a new fullback, and his name is Marc Pubil. Now, Marc Pubil is a 21-year-old right back who was the big surprise of last season when he broke through into first division. He played for Almeria. He was also a huge revelation during the summer where he won Olympic gold in the Paris Olympics right next to our own Fermín López, Pau Cubarsí, and Eric Garcia. And well, it looked like Marc Pubil was on his way to Atalanta. It looked like all the agreements were in place. He in fact had already traveled to Italy. He had already taken the pictures for the whole announcement, but then during the final moments of this, the whole deal fell through. Atalanta ended up signing somewhere else, and they ended up using the medical exams as an excuse to back out of the deal with Marc Pubil. So Marc Pubil is now back in La Liga, back actually with Almeria, who have been demoted to second division, and as such he is looking for a new team, and it's reported that Barcelona are very much interested in signing him on loan with an option to buy in order to see how he will do next this season. And if he does good, then maybe Barcelona could consider signing him next summer. Now, given that Almeria have been demoted to second division, of course it's not going to be very difficult to negotiate with them. Also, another plus in Barcelona's column is that Marc Pubil's agent is Fali Ramadani, the same agent of Federico Chiesa, who's very close with Jan Laporta, has business dealings with Laporta's son, and has helped the club in the past with other signings like Kessié, Marcos Alonso, and Aubameyang. So definitely lots of plus in the column of Barcelona, who are considering the signing of Marc Pubil, who has more experience than Hector for, and who could be of help for Hansi Flick, especially as the substitute of Jules Koundé. Now, speaking of right backs that Barcelona have considered signing, we do have to talk about João Cancelo, because it looks like the Portuguese fullback is headed to Saudi Arabia. Now, as I reported in a previous video, Al Hilal were considering signing Cancelo. They were making a huge push for him. And initially, Cancelo was not looking to go to Saudi Arabia. He was looking to go to Barcelona. But it seems like Al Hilal have managed to convince him. And it looked like the Saudi club are offering Manchester City 35 million euros for João Cancelo. They're also offering him an incredibly high salary. And as such, it looks like Cancelo will be headed to Saudi Arabia. And of course, this will please Manchester City, who were looking to offload him on a permanent basis for around 30 to 35 million euros. So the Premier League club will get what they wanted. And as far as Cancelo himself, I'm sure he'll be happy with an incredibly high salary that Al Hilal will offer him. And I'm sure it will make him richer than what he already is. And for us, as far as Barcelona fans, that's great news, because we were all fearful of Cancelo ending up back at the club. So hopefully with this, we can end this chapter of the Joaos, with Joao Felix going to Chelsea and then Joao Cancelo going to Saudi Arabia. Now we will end today's video with the news that we now know the next destination of our former Barcelona captain, Sergio Roberto. Looks like he's headed to the Serie A for a reunion. It looks like Sergio Roberto will be joining the newly promoted Como, who were recently promoted to the Serie A, or First Division, and they were promoted under the guidance, under the orders of no other than the former Barcelona legend Cesc Fabregas, who's now the coach of Como. So it looks like Sergio Roberto will be reuniting with his former teammate Cesc Fabregas in the Serie A, and to both of them, I wish them the best of luck, as they are both Barcelona legends. Anyways, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I will be uploading another video in a few minutes, so make sure to check it out. And that's it. I'll see you then. Visca Barça!